Before you scroll any further, understand this. This message may not be a coincidence. If you found this video today, there is a reason. God has a word for your heart, and what you're about to hear could answer the question you've been carrying in silence. Stay until the very end because every sentence builds toward a truth that could change the way you see your soulmate and your future. My beloved child, I know your heart. I know the nights when you stared at the ceiling asking questions no one else could answer. I know the moments when you smiled in front of others while silently wondering why love has felt so confusing. You have prayed for clarity. You have asked me to reveal what is hidden. Today, I am answering that prayer. Your soulmate is hiding one big truth. But listen carefully before fear takes over your mind. The truth is not what your imagination has been whispering to you. Human fear creates stories that my spirit never spoke. Many times you have assumed the worst because you could not see the full picture. Today I am asking you to trust my voice more than your doubts. The person connected to your destiny has been carrying something deep within their heart. It is a truth they have struggled to express, not because they wanted to deceive you, but because they have been fighting battles you could not see. They have wrestled with fear, uncertainty, past pain, and the weight of believing they might not be enough for the future I have prepared. Do not mistake silence for a lack of love. Sometimes silence is the language of a wounded soul. Sometimes people hide the deepest parts of themselves because they are afraid those parts will cause them to lose the person they care about the most. I have watched every tear that both of you have cried. I have seen every prayer that was whispered when no one else was around. I have never looked away. Even when you believed nothing was happening, I was working behind the scenes, arranging moments, removing obstacles, and preparing hearts. There were times when you wanted immediate answers. You wanted every mystery solved overnight. But if I had revealed everything too soon, neither of you would have been ready to receive the blessing without destroying it through fear, impatience, or misunderstanding. This is why I allowed certain delays. This is why some doors remained closed. This is why certain conversations never happened when you expected them to happen. My timing has always been protecting something greater than what you could see. Your soulmate has been hiding a truth that has kept them awake at night. They have wondered if telling you everything would push you away forever. They have questioned whether they deserve another chance, whether they deserve happiness, and whether someone like you could truly accept the parts of them that they struggle to accept themselves. But hear my voice today. Love that is built on my foundation does not grow through perfection. It grows through honesty, healing, forgiveness, and faith. What I am building between you cannot be destroyed by truth. It can only be strengthened when both hearts choose to walk in my light instead of hiding in fear. So do not rush ahead of me. Do not allow anxiety to write a story that heaven has never written. I am already moving. I am already opening doors. I am already softening hearts. What seems impossible today will soon become part of your testimony. Keep listening carefully, because the hidden truth is about to be revealed in a way you never expected. My beloved child, the truth your soulmate has been hiding is not simply about words they never spoke. It is about a battle they have been fighting inside themselves for a very long time. While you were asking me why they seemed distant, they were asking me whether they were strong enough to become the person you deserve. Many people only see actions, but I see hearts. I know the fears they have never confessed to anyone. I know the memories they wish they could erase. I know the moments when they believed they had ruined every chance of experiencing real love. There were times when they almost reached out to you. Their hand hovered over the phone. They thought about sending a message, making a call, or finding a way back into your life. But each time, fear whispered louder than faith. Fear reminded them of every mistake. Fear convinced them that rejection was certain. Fear became a prison that kept them silent. Do not confuse hesitation with indifference. A heart can love deeply and still struggle to move forward. A person can care for someone with all they have while feeling completely unworthy of receiving that love in return. This is the hidden truth I want you to understand today. Your soulmate has been carrying guilt. They have been blaming themselves for things that happened in the past. They have replayed old conversations over and over in their mind, wishing they had chosen different words, different actions, different decisions. Even when no one noticed, they remembered. Even when the world moved on, they continued carrying the weight. They smiled in public while secretly asking me if they had already lost the blessing I intended for them. But my child, my mercy is greater than human failure. When I decide to restore something, no mistake is too great for my power. No broken relationship is beyond my ability to heal. No wounded heart is beyond my touch. That does not mean every relationship is meant to return exactly as it was before. Sometimes my restoration creates something completely new, stronger, wiser, and built on truth instead of fear. Your soulmate has also been hiding another truth. They have been changing. Quietly, without anyone noticing, I have been working inside them. The habits that once controlled them no longer satisfy them. The fears that once ruled them are beginning to lose their power. The prayers they never thought I heard have been answered one step at a time. You may not recognize this transformation immediately because it has happened behind closed doors. While you were waiting for visible signs, I was doing invisible work. Never underestimate what I can accomplish in silence. Seeds grow beneath the soil long before anyone sees a flower. In the same way, I often transform hearts before I reveal the results to the world. That is why I asked you to be patient. Waiting has never meant I abandoned you. Waiting has been part of my preparation. There is a reason you keep seeing reminders about hope. There is a reason certain scriptures, messages, and moments seem to appear at exactly the right time. I have been encouraging your spirit because I know what is coming. The hidden truth is slowly becoming visible. The walls around your soulmate's heart are beginning to fall. The fear that once kept them silent is losing its grip. And when the right moment arrives according to my perfect timing, honesty will replace silence, and light will replace uncertainty. Do not stop listening, because there is something even more surprising that I am about to reveal about the spiritual battle surrounding your connection. My beloved child, there is something happening that your natural eyes cannot fully see. While you have been focusing on what is happening on the outside, there has been a spiritual battle taking place behind the scenes. Not every delay has been caused by people. Not every obstacle has been created by circumstances. Some seasons have been about preparing hearts, strengthening faith, and teaching both of you to depend on me instead of your own understanding. The enemy always tries to attack what carries purpose. Whenever I prepare a blessing that has the power to bring healing, peace, and growth, opposition often appears first. That is why confusion, fear, and discouragement have tried to surround this connection. Their purpose has been to convince both of you to give up before my promise could unfold. But hear me clearly today. What I have planned cannot be stolen by fear if you continue to trust me. Your soulmate has not been fighting this battle alone. There have been nights when they felt completely overwhelmed without understanding why. There have been moments when they wanted to move forward but felt an invisible weight holding them back. They could not explain it, yet they knew something inside them needed to change before they could step into the future I had prepared. That is why I have been teaching them lessons they never expected to learn. I have been removing pride and replacing it with humility. I have been turning their pain into wisdom. I have been showing them that real love is not built on selfish desires but on patience, honesty, sacrifice, and trust. At the same time, I have been working in your heart as well. You have learned to wait when you wanted to run. You have learned to pray when you wanted to panic. You have learned to trust when nothing around you seemed certain. Those lessons were not wasted. Every tear, every prayer, every moment of silence has been shaping you into the person I created you to become. Do not think your waiting season has been empty. Heaven has been busy even when earth looked quiet. There are pieces of your story that only make sense when you look back. One day you will realize that every delay protected you from unnecessary pain. Every closed door redirected you toward something better. Every unanswered question strengthened your faith more than an immediate answer ever could. Your soulmate is beginning to recognize this as well. They are starting to see that running from the truth only created more confusion. They are realizing that honesty brings freedom, while fear only creates distance. This is why the truth they have been hiding cannot remain hidden forever. The time is coming when masks will fall away. Excuses will lose their power. Hearts will speak more openly than they ever have before. What has remained unspoken for so long will finally find its voice. When that moment arrives, I do not want you to respond with anger or bitterness. I want you to respond with wisdom. Listen before judging. Pray before reacting. Seek my guidance before making any permanent decision. Remember, forgiveness does not ignore the past, it chooses not to let the past control the future. Stay with me, because in the next part one will reveal the sign that many people overlook. The sign that shows your breakthrough is much closer than you think. My beloved child, I know you have been asking me for a sign. You have said, Lord, if this connection is truly from you, show me something I cannot ignore. Listen carefully, because I have already been placing signs along your path. The problem is not that I have remained silent. The problem is that fear has often spoken louder than faith. The sign you have been waiting for is not always dramatic. It is not always a sudden miracle or a loud voice from heaven. Many times, my greatest signs come quietly. They arrive through unexpected peace in the middle of confusion. They appear through repeated reminders that strengthen your hope when you were ready to give up. They come through doors opening that no human effort could have opened. Your soulmate has been receiving signs as well. There have been moments when your name unexpectedly entered their thoughts. Songs reminded them of memories they believed they had forgotten. Certain conversations caused them to reflect on the choices they made. Even ordinary days became filled with quiet reminders that something important was still unfinished. These moments were not accidents. I was gently calling their heart back to truth. Yet I never force anyone's will. Love that comes from me is never built through pressure or manipulation. Every person must choose honesty. Every person must choose growth. Every person must choose to walk in the light instead of hiding in fear. That is why I have been patient with both of you. Some of you listening today have almost given up. You told yourself, nothing is changing. Nothing is happening. But my child, just because you cannot see movement does not mean there is no movement. The sunrise begins before your eyes notice the light. The seed begins growing long before anyone sees the first green leaf. In the same way, your breakthrough has already begun beneath the surface. Your soulmate's heart is becoming softer. The walls built by disappointment are beginning to crack. The fear that once convinced them to remain silent is losing its strength day by day. They are beginning to understand that hiding the truth only delays the peace they have been searching for. I also want to prepare your heart. When the truth is finally revealed, it may not come in the way you imagined. It may arrive through an unexpected message, a sincere conversation, or a moment that seems completely ordinary. Do not reject the blessing simply because it does not match the picture you created in your own mind. My plans are often greater than human expectations. Trust my timing more than your calendar. Trust my wisdom more than your emotions. Trust my promises more than your fears. I have never abandoned the work I started in your life. Every chapter has been leading toward a purpose. Even the painful seasons have been preparing you for a testimony that will encourage others who are waiting for their own miracle. So today, release the burden you have been carrying. Stop trying to force answers that only I can reveal. Place your worries into my hands and allow me to complete what I have begun. Because the moment is drawing near when hidden truth will become spoken truth, silent prayers will become answered prayers, and waiting will give way to joyful celebration. Keep your heart open, because what I reveal next will explain why my timing has been absolutely perfect all along. My beloved child, many times you have asked me, Lord, why did you make me wait so long? You looked around and saw other people moving forward while your own prayers seemed unanswered. You wondered if I had forgotten your name. You questioned whether your blessing had passed. You buy. But hear my voice today. I have never been late. I have never overlooked you. I have never stopped working on your behalf. What felt like a delay was often my protection. If I had allowed this connection to move forward before the right season, both of you would have carried wounds that neither of you knew how to heal. Misunderstandings would have grown deeper. Fear would have spoken louder than love. What I intended to become a blessing could have been damaged by rushing ahead of my timing. That is why I asked you to wait. Waiting has not been punishment. Waiting has been preparation. During this season, I have been teaching your soulmate lessons that could not be learned any other way. They have discovered that success cannot replace peace. They have learned that running from the truth only creates more emptiness. They have realized that the love they truly desire cannot be built on secrets, pride, or fear. At the same time, I have been strengthening your heart. You have become more patient than you once were. You have learned to seek my voice before making important decisions. You have grown stronger through every disappointment that tried to break you. Even though you did not always notice it, your faith has matured. Now the season is beginning to change. The truth your soulmate has been hiding is becoming too heavy to carry. They are realizing that honesty brings freedom, while silence only keeps them trapped. The burden they have carried for so long is reaching its end. Do not be surprised when you notice unexpected changes. Conversations that once seemed impossible may suddenly begin. Distance may slowly become closeness. Confusion may give way to understanding. What once looked completely impossible can change when I move at the right moment. But remember this, my child. Do not place your hope in a person alone. Place your hope in me first. People can disappoint you, but I remain faithful. People can change their minds, but my promises never fail. When your peace depends on me instead of another person, you become strong enough to receive every blessing without being controlled by fear. So continue walking with confidence. Continue praying instead of worrying. Continue believing instead of surrendering to doubt. The story I am writing is not finished, and the final chapter will reveal that every tear, every delay, and every unanswered question had a purpose. The hidden truth is no longer staying in darkness. Light is beginning to shine where fear once ruled. Hearts are being prepared. Paths are being aligned. And the moment you have been waiting for is closer than you realize. Stay until the end, because in the next and final part, I will leave you with a powerful prayer and a message of hope that will strengthen your heart for the days ahead. My beloved child, as this message comes to an end, I want you to quiet your heart for a moment and listen to my voice above every other voice. Do not allow fear to have the final word. Do not allow disappointment to write the ending of your story. I am the author of your life, and what I begin, I am able to complete. The truth your soulmate has been hiding will not remain hidden forever. In my perfect time, what has been kept in silence will come into the light. What has been broken can be restored. What has been delayed can still arrive at the appointed time. But I ask you to remember one thing above everything else. Your greatest blessing is not another person. Your greatest blessing is my presence. When you place me first, every other relationship finds its proper place. So stop carrying tomorrow's worries today. Release every anxious thought into my hands. You do not have to solve every mystery before the next sunrise. You do not have to force every answer. Trust that I am already working in ways your eyes cannot yet see. If your soulmate is truly part of the plan I have prepared for your life, nothing that I have ordained will be lost. I know how to open closed doors. I know how to soften hard hearts. I know how to restore what seemed impossible to restore. And if I choose a different path for you, it will not be because I wanted to take something away, but because I am leading you towards something even better. Never mistake my silence for my absence. Even when you cannot hear me, I am guiding you. Even when you cannot see me, I am protecting you. Even when you feel alone, I am walking beside you. Lift your eyes above your circumstances. Your future is not determined by fear, rejection, or delay. Your future is held securely in my hands. Continue becoming the person I created you to be. Continue walking in kindness. Continue choosing forgiveness over bitterness, faith over doubt, and hope over despair. Now, pray with me. Heavenly Father, thank you for loving me even in seasons of waiting. Thank you for seeing every tear, hearing every silent prayer, and knowing every desire of my heart. Help me trust your timing when I cannot understand it. Remove fear, anxiety, and confusion from my mind. Fill my heart with your peace and wisdom. If this relationship is according to your will, prepare both hearts with honesty, humility, and genuine love. If you have another plan for my life, give me the courage to follow wherever you lead. Teach me to seek you above everything else, because your presence is the greatest gift I could ever receive. I place my future completely into your hands. In faith, hope, and gratitude, Amen. If this message encouraged your heart today, don't keep it to yourself. Leave a comment saying, "I trust God's timing." Let that be your declaration of faith. Your words may encourage someone else who is waiting for hope. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss the next message of encouragement. Remember, my child, your story is still being written. The chapter you are living today is not the ending. Keep trusting, keep praying, and keep walking forward. The best that I have prepared for you is still ahead. God bless you, and I'll see you in the next message.